Community foundations have the energy to bring people and ideas together. Community foundations invest in the future at a local level. Community foundations tell stories about people and projects. Community foundations are local and global simultaneously. The evidence is the Transatlantic Community Foundation Network, TCFN. Thanks to its work, over the course of just 10 years, we've created an international network of community foundations from Europe, North America, and Mexico. The goal is to exchange knowledge and experience between community foundations on both sides of the Atlantic. We've created an international learning community that helps community foundations around the world grow closer together. They do so by getting to know each other, by holding regular working sessions, and simply by swapping good stories.
I received the best piece of advice from a seasoned American practitioner in this network. She said to me, one of the most important things you should know as a community foundation director is don't panic.
Community foundations stand for the opening up of the foundation concept and have regional and local missions. Their number is increasing continuously. More and more knowledge about the work of community foundations is required. And that's reason enough to establish a professional network of community foundations, the Transatlantic Community Foundation Network.
And when you work on a local level as one staff member, you sometimes get a bit frustrated and lonely in your own office. And so this is how we started. I was for 3 years the only staff member.
The network emphasizes communication, experience, and leadership around the world. This type of communication between community foundations from different countries is an ideal basis to work on, focused on the real world and with an effective setup. The Transatlantic Community Foundation Network is ready to make a valuable contribution to society in the future.
We were first community foundation in Czech Republic. It's nice to be first, but for many years we were alone, and it's not so nice to be alone.
Well, the day we were moving in, I was trying to decide how are we going to set ourselves up. I don't have a desk, I don't have telephones, I don't have paper, I have nothing. And I was waiting for the elevator. And this was in 1989. As I looked at all of the other tenants in the building, I noticed the East German embassy was in this building. So I stopped at that floor and I knocked on the door. And I said, would you be having any furniture that you would like to give away? And they said, yeah. So I walked in and we were given desks and wastepaper baskets and paper and all sorts of things to set up our office as they disbanded the East German embassy because it was no longer needed, because the wall had come down and Germany was unified.
The Bertelsmann Foundation and Charles Stewart Mott Foundation forged a strategic alliance in 1999 to promote community foundations in Europe, North America, and Mexico. At the heart of this effort is the Transatlantic Community Foundation Network, TCFN.
What really was clear to me that I wasn't aware when I got this job 4 years ago that this was going to be the best job in the world.
The network's goal is to make this form of civic engagement known to a broader public and to promote the setting up of new community foundations. The idea is to promote community foundations through peer learning, aiming at the exchange of experience and know-how across countries and cultures.
There was a community foundation in another city who was working with actually a corporation, a multinational corporation that actually happened to be in Dallas. And so I was able to make a connection between that person in another country and the community foundation and the corporation in Dallas to bring it all together. And it was amazing that we all were part of sort of the same project, but all in 3 different places.
The development of community foundations began in North America. There's a long tradition of community foundations here. We've tapped into the know-how of these established foundations. In this way, over the course of 10 years, we've established an effective learning community. Over 50 community foundations from 14 countries have been able to profit from their participation in the Transatlantic Community Foundation Network so far. At the same time, the know-how of the community foundations has been further developed internationally.
Well, I believe that local institutions, and community foundations are local institutions by definition, can have a global vision and a global impact. So I believe in a local mission and a global vision.
International contacts between community foundations are becoming ever more important. Learning from each other by telling stories has become a key element of that because it's proven to be such an effective method of communication.
When we look to the future and when we think about community foundations in the future and we try and shape our program, I will be turning to our colleagues from around the world to ask them to help decide, to help shape the future.
The benefits of network membership for the established community foundation in North America are already plain to see. Thanks to international cooperation, they've gained new perspectives on the work of community foundations. The partnership of very different cultures has generated valuable synergies. Those taking part in the network are developing innovative concepts and solutions for the day-to-day work of the community foundations. Particularly at the initial stages of community foundation setup, there are constantly challenges that have to be overcome. New community foundations in particular often feel overwhelmed by the task of simultaneously collecting donations, issuing grants, managing investments, and raising additional cash to finance running costs. The concept of the community foundation continues to take on new dimensions around the world with the energetic support of the Transatlantic Community Foundation Network. It's an established institution and the foundation stone for the exchange of knowledge and experience from a broad range of nations and cultures. It's a great story. Go and tell everyone.